Today we're going to switch it on somewhere. Okay, so today we're going to move on to the Shamatha practice, observing the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. So just a few comments and then we'll go straight to the practice. So what we're going to do here, the object is that the sensations of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. And what we mean by that is that you can focus anywhere in this area here. So you can either focus at the actual entrance of the nostrils or this little area above the upper lip, whichever you find more easy. So anywhere in this area here. Now here, of course, we're bringing the attention up, and it's a much smaller area of focus. So there can be a tendency, because it's a little bit smaller area to focus on, that we tense. So just be watchful that if of any tension. So if you notice that any tension building up, again, on every out breath, releasing any tension. And also sometimes it's, because it's not so easy to maybe sometimes focus on the sensations here, sometimes what people do is they force the breath to try and pick up sensations here. So we don't really want to do that either. So just breathing naturally and just stay quiet and just observe closely without tension. So we'll go straight into the practice. So we'll do a 20-minute session. And then I've got some comments about this practice and a few other related points as well after the meditation. So let's do the meditation first. As always, we begin by preparing the body, setting the body into a state of relaxation, stillness, and vigilance. Using the out-breath to relax and release any tightness or tension in any part of the body. And softening and relaxing all the muscles in the face. Mouth and jaw soft and relaxed. And all the muscles around the eyes soft and relaxed. In this way, allowing the entire body to become completely relaxed and completely at ease. And if you find it helpful, you can take 3 slow, deep breaths, maintaining awareness of sensations throughout the body as you breathe. And then allow your breathing to settle into its natural rhythm. Not trying to control or regulate the breath in any way. Simply allowing it to flow naturally and effortlessly. And then give yourself permission to let go of any hopes or fears, worries or concerns about the past or the future. To give yourself permission to let go of all of these things for the duration of this short meditation. And simply allow the mind to come to rest in the present moment. And simply becoming aware of the rhythm of your breath. Now narrow your focus and focus on the sensations of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. So either focusing at the actual entrance of the nostrils or the small area above the upper lip, whichever you find more easy. And just focus on the sensations of the breath as it moves across this area. and maintaining that ongoing flow of mindfulness of the sensations of the breath throughout the entire cycle of each in and out breath. Keeping all the muscles around the eyes soft and relaxed. Allowing the breathing to flow naturally, effortlessly, not trying to force or control the breath in any way. if you get distracted from the breath, remember the first thing to do is simply relax. Then release the distraction and very gently return to focusing on the breath. So relax, release and return. Keep coming back to the breath again and again, patiently and happily. And if you're finding that you're constantly becoming distracted from the breath, and if you find it helpful, then you might like to introduce some counting or noting the breath to help stabilize your attention. So let's begin with, again, a little bit of a review. So this retreat is a Shamatha retreat. Shamatha is the concentration practice, the practice of cultivating a calm, clear, focused mind. And we saw there that this is the basis for the wisdom practice or vipassana practice. And this wisdom practice or vipassana practice is to be balanced with the other wing of practice of compassion. So we have three main areas of practice. The foundation is the shamatha. On that basis, we engage in the wisdom and compassion practices. And we looked at those in terms of, yesterday, the two types of meditation, stabilizing and analytical meditation. So stabilizing meditation is to stabilize the mind, so that's the concentration practice. And then analytical meditation is where we investigate, analyze. And in the vipassana practice, of course, we're investigating, analyzing nature of reality to come to insights into the nature of reality. In the compassion wing of practice, we're analysing, investigating our own and others' conditions and so forth to come to cultivate, to arouse a mind of loving kindness, of compassion, of empathetic joy, equanimity and so forth. So these are sort of the three main areas of practice. And yesterday evening, we saw that when Buddhism spread from India, it spread through these two languages of Pali and Sanskrit. And when it spread through the Pali language into Sri Lanka and up through Southeast Asia, the basis were these Four Noble Truths teachings. And these Buddhist traditions now are collectively called the Theravada Buddhist traditions. And then when Buddhism spread through the Sanskrit language, primarily based on these perfection of wisdom teachings of the Buddha, it spread up through the northwest of India and over the Himalayas onto the Silk Route, into China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and then later into Tibet. So these Buddhist traditions collectively now called Mahayana. So just to briefly get a clear picture of what these three elements of concentration, wisdom and compassion look like in Theravada and Mahayana. So the concentration practice So here, when we're referring to the concentration practice in the Mahayana, based on the Sanskrit, this is often called Shamatha practice. That's the particular level of concentration we're trying to cultivate. In the Theravada traditions, based on the Pali, when they talk about concentration practice, you won't really see this word shamatha. You'll see the word jhana. That's another level of concentration. Actually, it's a higher level of concentration than shamatha. So often in Theravada, when they talk about concentration practice, they're just simply saying we're doing jhana practice. Same practice. And then in terms of wisdom or vipassana, in the Theravada vehicle, when they talk about the wisdom practice or vipassana practice, they're really talking about gaining these 3 insights called the 3 marks of existence. Which we'll look at those very briefly.